And like I asked everyone else, what made Phoenix so special?
Well, number one, having gone to Union Street Elementary School, we didn't have the experience of junior high. So going to Phoenix was so exciting because it was so different. Going to different classes and having different teachers. So that was very special to me and very exciting. And I wanted to learn all I could and just go everywhere, all the classrooms and meet the teachers. It was a wonderful experience for me, and I'll never forget it. And when I wasn't well, Mother would tell me, you have to stay home. And I said, no, I have to go to school. I didn't want to stay home.
You loved it that much?
I loved it, and I still love it.
Then tell me, explain to me, students went to the school beginning first grade to 12th, but you started at Union. What grades did you attend at Union, and then what grades did you attend at Phoenix?
Well, I attended two elementary schools, as a matter of fact. Union for my beginning, and then the 5th grade, we moved to Aberdeen Gardens. So I was a member of the first graduating class of Aberdeen Gardens Elementary School. So I was back and forth to Union Street School, and we lived right in front of the school. That was a wonderful experience, too.
All right, then. What were the teachers like at Phoenix?
They were very caring, very concerned, and it was really like you were still at home when you went to school. They were that concerned about you, and you knew at that time, so different now, that you had to mind them, and they would certainly tell your parents, especially your mother, and your mother would be at school to check things out. So for the most part, you did what you knew you're supposed to do.
Okay, now the academics, there seemed like there were a lot of things that were offered to students to help them prepare for the future. What were your most favorite classes, and what did you excel most in?
Well, I excelled in all the business courses because from a little girl I said I wanted to be a secretary, and I did succeed.
Okay.
But I took all those courses and the regular ones that were required. I loved English the best of all, other than the courses for business. I excelled greatly in typing, I must say that. And I went on to D.C. to business school where I was typing 84 words a minute. And all it was required was 35. I loved typing, and I did excel in it. And I worked in the government in D.C. and also in New York, typist and bookkeeper. And the school really prepared me for that. And especially our homeroom teacher, Mrs. Jeanette Anderson. Everyone loved her. She was very caring. She was strict, but she was caring. And you didn't mind it because your parents were strict, so this was just a continuation of being at home.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about her. And tell me about some of the other teachers that made a lasting impression on you.
Well, Reverend Golston, Reverend Gladdy, no, Mr. Golston, he was the history teacher, and once we graduated from Phoenix, he was the principal. Later I knew the family, and we became very good friends. He passed in his early 90s, but up until that time he was still writing. I can't remember what it was now, but he was very, very strong person, very strong teacher, and it was nice to have male teachers because naturally we were used to mostly female teachers, and especially in the elementary school. So he was very strong, and he was very strict. They all seemed to be very strict, but as I said, it didn't bother us because we were used to people being strict with us, and I'm glad of it today. I'm sure I'm a better person because of it.
Okay. Now, what about the students overall at Phoenix? Was there a feeling every day of camaraderie that you felt as one family, even when you left school and you saw each other in the community? Was there still a strong bond?
Yes, and we cried when we left school. We just didn't want to leave, didn't want to break up that bond. So about 20 years, a little less than 20 years later, a group, well, they were working about 10 years, and able to get the name and addresses of all the students. We were 97, and we got all but one. And our class is still meeting every third Thursday for lunch. Every third Thursday. We've been doing this for 10 years. Even after having 45th and 50th class reunion and 60 and a mini 61. And after that, we just meet every third Thursday. As they meet, we just come together and see how each one's doing and report anything on anyone. And we have lunch, obviously.
Now, because the school was located on the campus and had some ties to the school, did you feel a specialness there that other schools like Huntington, Carver, maybe others did not have because you were intertwined with a college?
Well, we knew we were the best. That was a wonderful opportunity to be on the campus. Then we went to the games. We just knew that was Armstrong Field was our field, and the school was ours. But we knew it belonged to Hampton Institute at that time, Hampton University now. We felt special.
Now, I know too that there were special cultural events there. Were there any that you attended that stand out and that you remember today that occurred on campus, or people on campus that came to Phoenix?
Yeah, there were a lot of people that came to speak to us about careers and all. I don't remember any names. And we went to Ogden Hall quite often. We had our graduation there. We'd gone there to different programs, and well, that was the only place that we really went to Ogden Hall that I can remember. But we felt very close to it. It belonged to us.
Okay. Were there any kind of special events that happened in the community that churches would do? Like nowadays you have churches and others who work with schools. Did you have those kind of partnerships as well at Phoenix?
I don't remember any.
Okay then. What were some of the things that occurred during the, I guess say during the world? Were there any kind of news events that made an impact on the school? Any types of things that happened that the students, the faculty would embrace and kids would become very aware of?
Well, we studied current history, and I can remember with when Franklin Roosevelt died, we studied about that, about his tenure and all. We kept up with the current events, definitely. A lot of that I can't remember now, but we did.
Okay. Was there anything that you wanted to talk about with your time at Phoenix that I did not cover?
Well, I imagine I have said everything other than we loved it. I said that. I loved it. And it's still endeared to me. And that's why I'm a member of the association, the George P. Phoenix Alumni Association, because I want to get all of Phoenix that I can get, all the memories and all. I just love it. It just made so much to me, and I'm just over, even talking about it now, I guess you can tell, I'm just overjoyed because it was special and it really made an impact on my life, and I'm just happy about it.
Well,
And I'm glad that there's still members of my class around and be in touch with them. I'm the president of my class. I'm the president, the secretary, and the treasurer, because people are not that active right now, and someone has to do it. So thank God I'm able to, and I do all of that, and I'm very active in the alumni as well.
okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.